Let's talk about where everybody's talking about. Ti coming out on expeditiously and saying that he told on his dead cousin. And his cousin told him if he had to tell or something like that. Because he's saying that his cousin told him that it was okay for him to tell. I don't know too many street dudes that tell you it's okay to tell, especially on them. But if he said he told him to tell, okay, he must have knew he was going to die. Like, did he tell him that on his deathbed? Like, I don't get it, right? I don't get them trying to justify it. Now, this is became a topic in hip hop more recently when Birdman's brother, half brother, whatever, uh, Terrence Gangster Williams came home and he was a guy that had life. I think he did like 20 something years. And then he had the opportunity to tell on somebody or tell on several murders. Um, can't remember how many he said. I don't know, maybe he said like six. I can't remember. All right, but anyway, here, here's the base of this conversation. Is it okay in the street culture to tell on somebody if they dead? Now, as I know it, the rule is no telling. It don't matter if, it ain't no defaults to it. You know, you telling is you telling. And if they say, yo, I told, I don't give a F and cool, and own it, then it's nothing nobody can say. But you can't sit here and say, yo, you told and you still a stand-up nigga. You can't do that because you feel like, oh, well, I didn't tell on nobody, there was no repercussion for the person that did the crime, you know. So I ain't tell on nobody and nobody got hurt or nobody did no time or it was no harm for nobody by me telling because they wasn't here. But the rule is no telling, period. Right? So if you're gonna own that you told, just say you told. Don't say, oh, I told and the nigga was dead. So, I ain't really tell because the nigga was dead. No. If people are looking at you, street people, once again, this don't apply to everybody. This is just the streets. If they are looking at, let's say, Terrence and say, yo, I'm not rocking with you because you told. I don't care if the dude is dead. You still told to free yourself. And if that was your code and your partner or a person that you was getting busy with, then you don't. It don't matter if they dead or not. You got to own that you told to free yourself because the whole snitching rule is two or more people acting in concert together knowingly that what they could do could end them in jail. And when one person or several people tell the authorities what they want to know just to free themselves, that is labeled as a tattletale, a snitch, a rat, whatever you want to call it. Somebody that worked with the government, however you want to call it. That's what that is. When you acting in concert with somebody and you tell on them to free yourself, not the old lady that was in the window and seen a crime happen outside and then she call and report. She's not a snitch. She's not an informant. She may be a different type of informant, but she's not under the rules of the streets because she's a civilian. She's supposed to report crime, this, that, and the other to keep her neighborhood safe. But if you in the streets and you are acting and you out there bodying niggas with other niggas and stuff like that, then you acting in concert and you doing crime. In T.I. case, if he was doing dirt with his cousin and they riding around and they got caught with the pistol and they both in the car, if his cousin didn't die, was he going to tell? That would be my answer. My question to T.I. So if your cousin didn't die, were you going to tell? If he didn't die, were you going to tell? And if not, why? Now, the dude Terrence Gangster Williams, in his situation, I wouldn't want him to die in jail, right? I wouldn't want nobody to die in jail. But think about how many people he killed. Allegedly, or it may not even be allegedly, because according to him, he laid a few things down, right? That's why he was in jail, right? What about all the families that he did something to? They don't if he killed somebody, if he got life in jail, his family, the families of the victims of his crimes that he went to jail for, you think they are comfortable with him walking around the streets again? They probably went to court and was happy and cheered when he got life for what he was doing. Now I understand he's rehabilitated, you know, and no, I don't want to see nobody die in jail. But if he was out here killing people and letting his gun go and he laid a few things down, that was his punishment. Now, I know Boosie had said some stuff about the Terrence Gangster Williams dude, right? For me, I don't know him. So I'm there's no no reason for me to attack him or say anything derogatory or anything like that, because he got an opinion like I got an opinion, like y'all got an opinion, you know. But my opinion is, and for him, because he defends, or people defend what he said by saying that the guy is dead, that he told on, or the people that he told on was dead, right? Me just being a street dude, and I know he's thought about this, and I know people probably asked him these questions, right? Or said these things, because I'm not the only person with the mindset that I got of a street person, right? But just like the Ti, I would say that, like I say to Ti, so if your cousin didn't die, would you have told, or would you have dealt with the consequences of your actions of being it, right? I'm gonna get back to that. To Terrence Gangster Williams, my thing to him would be, you as a killer or a gangster. I don't know if you was a killer. I ain't gonna say that. All right, you as a shooter. I don't know if you killed anybody, so I ain't gonna put that out there. You as a shooter and running with your mans and this, that, and the other. So your mans, according to you, you told on some murders that were unsolved, I guess, right? Which means that your team killed people. So you say you told because he is no longer here no more. I don't know if it was several people, or I just, let's just say it was just one. Let's just go with one person, right? You go and tell the police that your man's committed these homicides, and you give them proof or whatever it was for you to get out of jail, right? Now you got life. Y'all probably all had life. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, right? Now you got the opportunity to get out. And all you gotta do is tell on your mans that's dead and talk about the people that he killed. My question to you would be, in your decision to tell on the crimes that he did and the people that he killed, did you ever consider that you could be putting his family in danger? Because certain people hold death close to their heart. A lot of people hold murder, which is a different kind of death. Death, you know, you could die from an illness, an accident, this, that, and that. But people that get murdered, they family, especially in the street stuff, hold on to that. If they kid might grow up and still hold resentment, and might grow up in the street and still years later go and do something to the person that killed their father, that when they was a damn baby, they don't even know what the hell was going on. But they done grew up in the ranks of the street, and they know that the person that killed their father is still walking around. And now they got it in them to be a killer and kill that person. Like, did you consider just, I'm just asking, not saying that anybody was going to do something to the family members of the person that passed away that you gave the information up on, but did you consider that the murders that you told on your friends that's no longer here, that you could be putting a family in danger by the opposing families, the people that buried their loved one. Like, did you consider that they may still be harboring feelings, and then you go and you tell that he did these murders, and then it become public, and now their family is the wound is open, they finding out, or you, even if they may have knew, but you now confirming that your guy is the one that did it, and then that's your guy, and then you tell him you come home. Like, you putting yourself at risk in some situation. I'm pretty much sure you well aware of that. A lot of your beefs, you know, they probably, some of them people probably gone, dead, whatever, but if you was doing what you said you was doing, they said you was doing, I would be worried for my damn self. But Terrence or T.I., y'all can't give yourself a pass. And I'm not saying, I don't know I don't know if Terrence owns that. Yo, I told on the nigga, or just own that I told. Like, I don't know if he tried to, if he's justifying it by saying, "Oh, the person was there." I don't know. He might just be like, "Yo, I told," and I don't give a f. I don't know his train of thought as far as what he did. He have resentment now that he's out, and be like, "Yo, damn, I did that to save myself, but it's still gonna put a tarnish on your reputation, whether you care or not. No, you free, you out in the world, you making money, it's beats to sell. Yeah, of course, you probably don't care what nobody think, but for the people in the street, for like your brother, like Birdman, from what I hear, he still don't rock with you like that because of what you did. Like, I think that telling on a dead person can still have consequences for people that's still living. That's just my opinion. Because the one thing that I kind of remember from Tim's story is that he said that there was an offer in the beginning, and he could have did a skid bid in the beginning, but he didn't tell. And I think he's saying that they wanted information on Birdman, and he wouldn't tell. So I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It don't matter if the dude is dead. You giving you telling the authorities information that they couldn't figure out, and they and no, it's still telling. And you giving them information for certain stuff could probably help them get convictions on other stuff, especially when you're talking murders, because there ain't no statute of limitation on it. Why don't you reach out to him and ask yourself? Give me his number. Give me his number. You got his number? Just more strong or whatever your name is. Give me his number right now. Type it in on the screen. And if you don't got it, what the hell make you think I got it? Now, T.I. is going to get a pass because people are accepting Terrence Williams' explanation for what he's doing. It. So now when people get at T.I. and talk about it, it's going to be, well, Terrence did it. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to be now the bar is because Terrence, was a real one, laid this thing down. He got, nobody could take his past away from him that he's a gangster nigga, right? So if he could do it and come home and don't own, yo, what I did was wrong. I don't know if he's saying that or not. I really don't know if he's saying that because he might be like, yo, what I did was wrong, but yo, I wanted to get the hell out of there. I'm gonna keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? If that is his attitude, then it ain't nothing to talk about. But if he's saying like, yo, I did what I did, but I ain't no snitch, or I ain't tell because the nigga dead. Nah, you still gave snitching ain't or giving them evidence ain't based on a person living or dying. It's just giving them the information that they don't know. It's all about the information that they don't know. It don't matter if the person's alive or dead or not. It's about giving them something that they don't know. That's what makes you a tattletale or a snitch or whatever they want to slang they want to call it. It's about giving them the information that they didn't know. So dead or alive, it don't matter. It's about you giving them information that they didn't know. That's what people are holding against you. Nothing else. It don't matter if the dude's alive or dead. That's like with T.I. If he didn't die, what was going to happen? If he didn't die, what was going to happen? Y'all was going to both have the case. Now, here's my thing with T.I. T.I. said he folded under pressure for one gun with him and his cousin in a car, right? And he told on his cousin because he clearly did not want to go to jail over one gun, right? One gun. Now, if you've been around the streets long as, or been in the streets for as long as I have been, right? If two people are in a car, now I don't know what the situation was with the gun, but if it wasn't T.I.'s gun, clearly it wasn't because he told on his cousin, right? So it ain't like it was his gun and he told on his cousin. It was his cousin gun and he told on him, right? If they was in a car together, right? By the time they went to trial, two people are not going to jail for one gun. They would have fingerprinted the gun, they would have DNA'd the gun. If T.I. wasn't even driving, he was safe because he's the passenger, he don't own the car, right? So it's three ways that if he was innocent and that wasn't his gun, that his lawyer was going to get him off. DNA, fingerprints, and he wasn't the owner of the vehicle that he was in. He would have got off, right? But he's saying that he only told because his cousin died, right? Even if it's even if with his cousin dying, if he would have went to trial, he still would have beat it. Because they wouldn't have had no proof that it was his gun with no DNA, no fingerprints, and it wasn't his vehicle. But he's saying that he told because his cousin died, and I guess being that his cousin died, he probably figured, oh, I'm gonna go to jail. They gonna lock the king up. You know, they gonna lock the king up, shorty. And this nigga died. And now they gonna lock me up for it. Nah, it was his. You know, no. He would have beat it regardless. So my thing to him is, all right, you got caught with one gun at that time, and you had somebody with you, and you was able to put it on them because they died. So you telling me one gun you folded and told on your cousin because he was dead. So when you got caught with all those guns and they know you cooperated once before, you want us to believe you ain't saying nothing? Because the pressure from one gun to the Rambo's closet is two different pressures. So you tell me they pressured you for one gun and you told, but when you got caught with Rambo's arsenal, you stood tall. Who that makes sense to? Anybody? You tell on your dead cousin for a pistol, but you got caught and you're a multi-millionaire now. You're one of the biggest hip-hop stars in Atlanta. You get caught with all these guns. And this time you're not going to tell. And they know you cooperated before. And the only reason people know this is because you told people you cooperated. Nobody would know this, bro. I don't even know why you came out and told that story. Anyway, but my thing is, one gun and you told. And you want us to believe when you got caught with all those guns. Not saying you did tell anything. I'm just saying when you got caught with all those guns and they know you cooperated before. You didn't have to tell them nothing.